You know what, Teen? These Saturdays come around really quick.
Yes, they do, don't they, Norm?
Especially when you have to make a YouTube video. But we love doing it, don't we, Tina?
Yeah, we do. And we're always trying to find interesting things to talk about.
So how about this, Teen? Travel hacks you might not know.
And what you do or do not know is that we are Tina and Norm, and we talk all things retirement and travel.
And we would be honored if you would consider subscribing to our channel. We love each and every one of our subscribers. And if you could give us a thumbs up, that would be absolutely amazing. So, Teen, kick off. Number one, what do we have?
Rental car.
Oh, they're a necessity.
Oof, they certainly do if you want to drive around the place and see all the sights. But we have learned some really interesting information about renting a car. Rental car insurance we get on our credit cards. Typically, they will cover 30 days maximum. Now, if you're like us, when we go to the Algarve for 60 days or 90 days, we need more than that. So if you are also renting for 60 or 90 days,
get 2 or 3 contracts at the time of rental, because your credit card is only giving you 30 days and they want you to return your rental car back to the agency and then get another one. But the rental car agency doesn't want you to come back.
No.
The people we use in Portugal, he just says, how many contracts do you want? I'll write them up right now. And so our last rental was 60 days, so he gave us 2 contracts and we didn't see him again because one expired and then the other took over from that date. And he was just asking us the dates that we want.
it kind of worked perfect, didn't it?
It really did.
Yeah.
So because of that, and this next hack, look for local regional rental car companies. Don't deal with the big brand names. With the regional smaller companies have older cars. They won't nickel and dime you when you bring that back to the airport and go around with a magnifying glass looking for scratches or too much lint on the seat covers or whatever.
And that was something that we found wonderful, wasn't it, Norm? That they will do multiple contracts. So it's great. And the other thing is they will also give you a 30, 60 or 90-day rental discount based on the length of term you're going to be renting from them.
The smaller regional
Yeah.
companies, you can actually email them and negotiate with them, whereas the national companies, you can't. And okay, so we got slightly older cars with higher mileage, but it gave you that peace of mind that when you came back to the airport, you weren't going to be paying 500 euros in made-up damage or locks not working that they know about beforehand. It's just a horror story. So we have this smaller regional company and we feel real comfortable using them.
Do. Now, our next really interesting point is about travel insurance. We have a lot of people asking us many questions, asking us to talk about where do we get our travel insurance from?
That's right.
What does it cover? Hey, Norm. Just looking for helpful suggestions that might help them.
So generally, credit card companies offer travel insurance. And if you're young enough, it's free. And if you're old like us, you pay for it. So we've had a Bank of Montreal credit card and we've had the travel insurance for an awful long time. And so we're grandfathered into a slightly older contract than you'll get today, but we're getting 31 days unlimited travel in a year. So each trip can be up to 31 days. Then you have to come back to Canada. But then you can go again. Unlimited number of 31-day trips in a year. And the beauty is
that we then found that we can top up our policy. So we had the existing one, as Norm said, with Bank of Montreal, but then we went to another bank, TD, and they offered to give us the extra top-up insurance, which meant that we then could get a 60-day policy, which was fantastic.
And Tina, I think that worked because the medical insurance company for the Bank of Montreal credit card is Alliance, which is the largest insurance company, I think, in certainly Europe and possibly the world. So TD Insurance have a policy that will piggyback with that.
They were more than happy to do it, weren't
They
they?
were, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing with travel insurance, the older you get, surprise, surprise, the more it costs.
It does. So we get increase in premiums every 5 years. So we have...
And you know what, Tin? Those 5 years, that just like Saturdays, they come around really quickly.
I know, because 1 minute we were on the 60, and now, because Norm's, well, he's 66, so we got away with it for a year, but now they've put us on the new rate of 65.
And to give you an idea, before 65, we were paying $129 for our policy, which was an absolute steal.
Yeah.
I then click 1 year over, and it's $329, which, to be honest with you, is still a deal. But the kicker is...
it all stops at 74.
Oh my.
So we're going to have to do...
It's just round the corner.
We're going to have to do real creative things when we get near 74, but at the moment we don't have to worry about that, do we?
So we're saying explore your credit card for
Yeah.
travel insurance, take a good look, see what the coverage is, see what the price is, and it may well be cheaper than other options. Look to buy a yearly plan
Yes.
and not...
Not a trip plan. So we did find that this is substantially cheaper. You can look at a broker, places like CAA or AAA, many websites.
Specialist travel insurance websites. But when we were young and stupid and working, we would just get an all-inclusive vacation down south. Go to Cuba, Dominican, Jamaica. And we would just buy the insurance from the travel company, out the brochure. Man, was that expensive.
And it only covered that trip, didn't it, Norm, for like 7 or 14
Yeah.
days, and that was it. We bought it, and when we came back,
And you
it
paid
was
like
all done.
$300 for
It
it.
was amazing. So really, these yearly plans are really important.
So we're
can save you a
saying
lot of money.
Do not buy a trip plan.
No.
Buy a yearly plan. It's way, way better for you.
Now, there has been a lot of different changes at the moment, Norm,
Oh, definitely. This pandemic has changed everything.
to do with insurance and everything. Like under COVID now, in Canada, Canadians now have a no non-essential travel advisory.
So that means that no insurance really is covering travel. Now, some are offering an additional COVID policy.
Yeah.
But basically, because our government said put a non-essential travel advisory out, that null and voided travel insurance from Canada. We're not sure what it is in your country.
No.
But basically, the airlines started offering a COVID package, and because they basically want people to fly, and one of the
No kidding.
one of the things that stopped people flying was this no travel insurance. So Air Canada and other companies in Canada are offering a COVID package, but it's woefully inadequate. If you really look into it and see what the coverage is, it it almost isn't worth having. And they started off giving it for free about 6 months ago, and then very quickly it became, oh, we'll give you half off the coverage. So they're making money on it, and it's not in your best interest, we believe.
No. And there are also things that we've learnt with everything that's been happening, that now we've learned that there are things that we will now ask a travel insurance company. For example, do they have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week in-house call centers?
But also, do they have foreign language capability in those call centers? So when you're in some third world Spanish speaking Caribbean island needing emergency medical treatment, can the doctor or the administrators talk to your insurance company in Spanish or whatever language they speak?
No, that's very important, isn't it?
It really
and
is.
another one is medical evacuation, which
Included in your policy.
yeah, that you should have, especially if, say, you're on a cruise ship and something happens and you've got to be evacuated, or if you're on an island, say, and a riot starts or something and you need to get out of there. You know, that's
Yeah.
important, isn't it?
Most policies don't have it that are affordable, but
No.
perhaps you should consider that in view of COVID, because it's such a savage disease that if you did get that in a country, we've heard stories of people coming off cruise ships in Central America,
Yeah.
and the medical facilities just aren't there to cope with them with COVID-19. So they're being airlifted out, and that is super, super expensive.
And another thing that they're doing too, Norm, is that one of the questions they will be asking is, have you had both your COVID shots? And it kind of looks as if you're not answering yes to that, you're probably not going any further on your travel insurance quote.
Well, if you haven't had 2 shots, it turns out that you're not getting on a cruise ship. You're
No.
probably, definitely in Canada, you're not getting on an aeroplane.
No, that's
and
true.
you're probably
No.
not getting an insurance policy.
No. In fact, I think we wouldn't even be getting on a train either to in Canada soon.
So, Tina, are we packing our bags and going on our travels internationally?
No, we are being extremely cautious, and we have no international travel plans booked.
We're
do
not
we?
even looking at anywhere, to be
No.
honest with you, because
It's too crazy a world out there at the minute.
it is. So we're just hiding at home, making YouTube videos.
Yeah, we're hoping that the swimming pool will open again real soon, so we'll be able to use that.
But we're keeping our eye on the news
Yeah.
and following
Yes.
the progression of the pandemic, and hopefully by, I don't know, a year's time,
We hope.
we might have something booked. We don't know.
We don't know. If things improve substantially, we might look at Portugal for not this winter, for the next winter, mightn't we?
We might do. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, thanks for watching
And we hope that everybody is staying safe.
and keeping well.
And till the next time,
Bye bye.
bye bye.